So it's just okay. So yeah, this is the last day. I hope everyone's doing well. Just gonna, and as you know, here are all the rules and stuff, what it stands for. So today is going to be like a really, really short lesson. So we're just going to go through it real quick and then we can play a game at the end. So look forward to that. So we're going to start off with a warm up. What is your favorite food?
In 1 mile, use the right 2 lanes to take exits 13 ABC, US 301, Maryland 3, Richmond, Crofton. Then
Okay.
keep left.
Are you muted? Tariq, can you please mute yourself? Thank you, dear. Oh. Uh-oh, I kicked her out again. Sister Najla got kicked out once again. I'm gone. Wonder what- We'll wait just a moment.
When you kick somebody out of the meeting, they can't join in. I think for like
I
they
didn't
can't
kick her
join
out.
in.
I didn't kick
Oh.
her out. Something's going on with her connection, maybe. Welcome back, Najla.
Sorry, this is just not working. Hopefully that was the last time. Um, okay. Sorry about that. Did anyone have something to say for this?
So maybe we can have folks go in the order that they came in. So Hanif, share with us, what is your favorite food?
Seafood. To
Yeah,
be
which-
exact, my first shrimp, second lobster, third fish.
Very good. I like seafood too. Seafood's pretty good. So who's next?
So Naseem, you want to go next?
Chicken. I like chicken.
Okay. Do you like it in a certain type of way, like fried
Fried
chicken?
chicken, like fried chicken, and some fries.
Like that. All right. Well, okay. Is there anyone else?
All right, let's have Anwar, no, Tariq. So Tariq, what's your favorite food?
Say jollof rice, like rice in your dad, or pizza, or chicken.
Sounds like Tariq is very flexible.
Mhm. Okay. Well, it just so happens that fish and chicken are both examples of livestock, which is what we're going to go over now. So very nice segue. Thank you, guys. Oh, sorry. So ignore that objective thing. But the question of the month is, where does that food come from? And what's the difference between caged and uncaged animals? And so, like I alluded to before, we're going to talk about livestock. Does anyone know what that is? I guess the picture is a little bit of it. Okay.
Sorry, go
So-
ahead, Naseem, you're raising your hand. Go ahead, Naseem.
Livestock is like animals that humans eat. Like
Yep. Or like get like stuff from like milk and eggs. So yeah, exactly right. Farm animals, cows, pigs, goats, etc. And what we get from them, like milk from cows, cheese, also from like milk and protein, like, meat and eggs. So, um, thanks, Jeff. So now we're going to be talking about eggs and like the different types of eggs there are. There's pasture-raised eggs, there's free-range eggs, and cage-free eggs. And there's also like caged eggs, which is not eggs, but like the chicken. Like the chicken is caged, but that's bad. Like you shouldn't eat those because those chickens are like kept in horrible, situations, and they're like in little tiny cages, and the eggs don't come out well because the chicken isn't, fed and raised properly. So here are like the three types of alternatives. So there's cage free, where free hens aren't in cages, but they can be packed together with no outdoor access. So I think that's what this is. So you see this picture to the left where like all these chickens, and then just inside of, I guess, a facility or a building. And, it's very closed. It doesn't look good in there. I don't think anyone would want to hang out in there, opposed to this free range picture where there's a lot of sunny grass, and there's like the chickens can go wherever, and that will make for better eggs. You also have, so yeah, this is free range, where like they like are allowed outdoor access, but they like it's not specified as to how much outdoor access they might have. Like they have a hole for them to poke their heads through. And if you look to the bottom here, if we're comparing free range and cage free, there's, antibiotics are allowed, which if you were here from the last meeting, those are like GMOs that, like basically chemicals to like, I guess, produce more eggs from a chicken or make them plumper, anything like that. So yeah, this is just a nice graphic. And also there's pasture raised, which is like they live as a natural life as possible. They spend their days outdoors and only come into their coop as their night forsaken shelter. So that's like if they were just wild chickens and like they were living. So that's probably the best type of egg that you can get. So does anyone have any questions about that?
What's
No,
that?
All right.
no.
Okay. So like I said, that was like very, very short. So now we're going to go on to the games. So we're going to start with the conservation one, which is like a nice overview of what we did like throughout the unit. So if, so if everyone can like go on their device.
Oh, Kahoot.
Did you
Mhm.
want them to have access to that link? I just sent it out. I wasn't sure.
Oh, no. It's okay. There'll be a code for them to type in, and they can just do it on their own device.
Okay, so, okay, cool. Go ahead, guys.
I'm going to the place.
Yeah. So does everyone know how to play this? Do I have to explain it to anyone?
No, I know how to play Kahoot. It says new Kahoot, so I don't know. I don't know where to go.
Don't, Hanif, guys, don't use the link I sent. Just open up Kahoot on your tablet or device. Don't use the
So
link I sent.
Okay, Kahoot.com then.
Yeah, whatever that link is, yes.
How do you spell Kahoot?
Kahoot.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I think it's Kahoot.it. Is that correct?
Oh, yep.
So what's the game pin?
The pin is right there, 9861670. Nasim, how you doing?
Kahoot.com.
It just said connection lost. It just said connection lost. Please do not refresh.
Is this for your Zoom or for your Kahoot?
For my Kahoot.
Ah, I don't know what that's about. Najla, what do you think is going on with his?
I think I went to the wrong Kahoot. The Kahoot.it. Delete all of that. Hips, fix, whatever. Come on, this has to be it. Oh, there we go. I got the right Kahoot this time.
Yep, so use that number, 986. Okay, Tariq is here. Tawikman, all right.
Oh, enter. Nickname H-A-N-I.
Oh, of course.
Nasim, are you having trouble?
And I have joined.
How about you, Nasim? Oh, did Nasim? Okay,
I might have to get my tablet because
okay,
Mac. Okay, I'm
okay,
using
go
my
ahead and do
tablet.
that quickly. Najla, are you still on your,
Can we start?
I'm trying to make sure Najla, we can't hear you, you're muted. Not sure if you know that.
Does anybody know that we're, oh, hold on, let me type that in the chat.
Since that my nickname is taken and that I can't use it, I'm trying to type in Tawikman. And it says someone already used that nickname.
Yeah, probably because you just used it now and you went out of it and came back in, so it's registered as used.
And how do I get back?
Just make another nickname because you're going back into the system. What's that sound? So Nasim is in, good. Assalamu alaikum, Zakia. We are doing Kahoots. If you can go on your browser, type in kahoot.it and use this game pin number. Who's making that noise?
What's the song?
Oh, true.
Okay, that sound is driving me nuts. Najla, are you still there?
It's the song on the Kahoot
Oh,
app.
it's on hers and okay, got it. Najla, can you unmute yourself? I just want to make sure you're still there. It's
I'm sorry, I didn't have my camera on. Can everyone hear me?
Now we can hear you.
Yes.
Zakia saying, let me join the Kahoot, please.
Okay,
Yeah, you
yes.
just use the number, use that number.
Mhm.
Then once you get in, we'll get started. Zakia, are you able to get on? You're muted, just so you know, in case you're saying, okay, you're almost in, good, okay, good, good.
So,
Yeah, we have everyone. So go ahead, Najla. Can you unmute yourself, Najla? All right, so conservation means to use wisely. Good job, guys. Next question. Can you click on next, Najla? All right. An example of renewable resource is limestone, beach, or tree. Natural resources are manufactured in factories. True or false? Natural resources. False. Very good. All right, go ahead, Tariq. Natural resources are used by living things. True or false? True. Yep. Good job. Breaking down a product to use it again is recycle, reduce, or conservation. It's recycle. Very good. An example of pollution is cigarette smoke, exhaust fumes, oil spills. Wait, what was the answer to that? Okay.
that's
use
not fair. Everybody got that one right.
Right. To use something over and over again is to reuse, repair, or remake. Reuse, very good. All right. Run water while washing dishes is a good example of conserving water. True or false? False.
It's true.
You're not supposed to keep running the water while you're doing the dishes. You cut off the water.
So how come it was correct?
Huh. I don't know. Not sure. Do you have something to say about that? Okay, gas is a non-renewable resource. True or false? True, it's non-renewable. Fumes and exhaust for cars are healthy for the environment. True or false? False, very good. All right. Fossil fuels are used to make natural gas. True or false? True. That's
This is
true.
the last one.
I think there's one more.
Yeah, 11 out of 12.
Is that it? Okay. I think there's one more. Fossil fuels are made from humans, dead plants, dinosaur remains.
I clicked the wrong one. No.
Dinosaur remains. Do you guys know that? Yeah. Dinosaurs. Which is why they are non-renewable, because we don't have any more dinosaurs available to turn into fossil fuels. All right. You want to go ahead and stop sharing and unmute, Najla?
No, wait. I want to see who got in second place and first place.
Okay, let's see.
Next, click the next button. It's up there. The next button's
Yay, Tariq. Yay, honey.
just
Yay, Nassim. Good job. Good job, everyone.
the two people who are not on the podium. Second place.
Fossil fuels are made from, they're made from dinosaurs.
Oh, that.
You want to unmute Najla? There was some, well, I can't even remember the one. There's some that I had questions about, but. Are you able to unmute yourself, Najla, while you do this? Because we can't hear anything from your side. Huh, Najla? Okay. You guys joined the new game with that number? Okay, I see Nassim winning. Hanif. Zakia, not there. Why'd you say Zakia not there? All right, who else? We're waiting on Tariq.
Excuse me? It's not actually Zakia not there. It's Zakia not there. Zakia, no. It's, she didn't put any spaces, so it's Zakia.
Yeah, hold on, Najla, we were not able to hear you at all the whole time.
All right, can you hear me now?
Now we can hear you.
Okay, I guess. Okay. I'm so sorry. Dude, were you guys not able to hear me this whole time?
Nope, we could not hear anything. I kept calling you. or not, there was one particular question I had questions about because it wasn't clear why.
Yeah, I was talking about that too. Oh no. Okay, hold on. If I close this, can you still hear me?
Yes, we can still hear you.
Oh no. Okay, I'm sorry about that, guys.
Now, we can't hear you now, Najla. We can't hear you anymore. Let me text her. Najla?
Excuse me.
I think
Excuse me?
she's probably talking, but she's not. Okay.
Yeah.
Najla, you may have to leave that thing in the corner. Yeah, just push it down in the corner. There you go.
Okay.
And then keep going.
Put it- Okay.
You can turn your.
Hmm?
You can turn your You can turn your name into Chinese.
Okay. Oh, I can't hear you. Hmm. Okay, are we ready to start?
Yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Go ahead.
All right, I'm just gonna start. See what to do right now. So we're just doing a healthy versus unhealthy. So what is the healthy food option? Like really easy. But a Snickers or an apple. Nice job. I guess this is just gonna really be like who can cook it fastest. I think this is okay, honey. You can click the fastest. So wheat bread or what bread? Yeah. Which one is healthier? Potatoes? Okay. Yeah. Carrots or pizza? Fruit snacks? Does anyone know why grilled chicken is healthier than fried chicken?
Because grilled chicken is like
Oh, honey,
when
I
you're
can't
grilling
hear
it,
you for
it's
some
it
reason.
has
That's
like
weird.
more vegetables on it and stuff, and you're just grilling it. But fried chicken, like the ones that they sell at Burger King and all those places, they I don't know, like they
Honey,
alter
are
the
you
food in a
speaking?
way where it's not healthy.
And
fried chicken has a lot of oil that has some fat in it.
I know you guys are talking, but I can't hear you. I don't know why.
Maybe stop sharing your screen, Najla. Let me type this up.
Okay, well, I'm gonna show you guys this. Can you hear me? Like, okay, just put up your hand if you can hear me. Okay, you can hear me.
Yeah, so we could hear you, but you couldn't hear us. Maybe can you hear us now?
Can someone say
Najla?
something really quickly?
Can you hear us, Najla?
I can't hear you.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, I don't know why. I'm gonna
Okay.
log off the meeting really quickly and let's see if I can. I'm so sorry, you guys. I don't know what is happening.
Apologies, guys. This happens. She'll be back, inshallah. But y'all did a great job with the last one. Kudos to you all.
No, I'm still trying to reconnect.
Honey,
No,
you're fine.
no, I was in first place and we only have like 3 left.
No, it's finished. The quiz is finished.
No, it's 9 out of 11.
Really? Oh, oops. Yeah, probably went off with her when she logged off.
Oh, reconnect. Well, we all know I was first place, so. And who's the winning one now, Nassim?
It's okay, honey. Everyone did a great job. Okay, welcome back. Can
Okay.
you hear us now?
I can hear you now.
Alhamdulillah.
What are we doing?
We were playing a Kahoot first, but
Yeah,
then
you missed the second Kahoot, but we're just gonna discuss it. Go ahead, Najla.
yeah, so I'm just gonna give Penny a chance. I know you said something. I didn't hear you. I'm sorry. Could you just repeat what you said?
No, we were just trying to understand why some particular questions were wrong.
Oh yeah. What is you?
I forgot the question. Who's that? I'm gonna mute you.
I was
Oh
in first
boy,
place.
I forgot which question it was.
It was in the fossil fuels one.
Yeah,
Those fossil fuels one were really weird. I know there was this one with the human. Was it the one where it was like who made fossil fuels or like what made fossil fuels?
I think it was that one.
So yeah, that one I get what you guys said humans, because yeah, technically, we were the ones burning the fossil fuels. But fossil, does anyone know what like the word fossil means? Let's see.
Fossil means, well, dead bones, pretty much.
Yes. Basically, and yeah, so they're just basically bones under the ground, mostly from dinosaurs, and that's why they're non-renewable because you know, obviously dinosaurs aren't alive anymore. So like if they die, we're not gonna have any more fossil fuels. So yeah, technically fossils are made by dinosaurs, but fossil fuels, because fuels means you know, stuff that fuels stuff like coal. I can't think of anything right now, but yes, that's made by humans. And I know that that's kind of confusing, but I was just gonna give you guys the point anyway, because obviously understand that we burnt the fossil fuels. They should have said where do fossils come from, not fossil fuels, but fuels. Yeah, made by humans. And I know there was this other one that was like fossil fuels make Oh wait, never mind. It says fossil fuels made by renewable gas, non-renewable gas, and yeah, I mean fossil fuels make non-renewable gas, which didn't make sense to me. But yeah, that was just worded weirdly. I can't really explain that. But yeah, were there any other questions?
Well, I think that was such a trick question that I get it.
No, it's just weird.
All right. So if there are no other questions, we'll go on to our Big Life Journal book. Does everyone have it? You have your book, Naseem, Tariq, Zakia. Let's open up to page 34. We're all gonna read. So you
Yes.
have your book.
Yes.
Yes, Naseem? All right, so I'll get started. It says exploring you. This is again, page 34. Give me a thumbs up if you're on page 34. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Are you on page 34? Zakia, Naseem? Okay, Hanif. All right, Naseem, good. Zakia, join us on page 34, okay. Exploring you. Discovering your interest and what you enjoy doing is a lifelong process, and it pays off in a big way. Start with things you're curious about. Think about what you love doing the most. You can also imagine various jobs you want to try, or think about the world issues you want to work on. Then dive into your interests and explore them. Knowing and developing your interests will help you set goals and dream of the life you want to have. Next page. Not all those who wander are lost. This is by J.R.R. Tolkien, author of The Lord of the Rings. So page 36. Nassim, read that first paragraph, please.
Have you ever spent what seemed like half an hour is in great conversation with someone, only to realize 3 hours had actually passed? Or have you ever opened a book shortly after breakfast and a little while later noticed the room was getting darker?
Hanif, go next.
What do I-
In these moments, Hanif.
In these moments, we are doing something we love just for the sake of doing it, rather than focusing on the result. We become absorbed in what we're doing. Nothing else seems to matter. We lose track of time and enter the state of the flow. Some people call it being in the zone.
All right. Zakia, can you read the next paragraph? Those moments.
Okay. Those moments have potential to make our lives richer, more intense, and more meaningful. By noticing these moments, you can discover a lot about yourself and your interests.
All right, so the next page, it says, describe or draw something you did recently that made you lose track of time. It could have been reading an intriguing book or blog, being part of a super interesting event, or making creative videos. So take a moment to think about something. You can either draw it or write it down on that page, on page 37. So I'll give you 4 minutes. So 4:15, I'll check in with you again, okay? One more minute, guys. One more minute and we'll share, okay? Thank you.
Um, can I go? I have to leave early.
Okay. All right, no problem. So go ahead and go first, Zakia.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. Uh-oh, she dropped off. All right. I don't think she meant to leave, but she's dropped off. So who's ready to go? Hanif, go ahead and share.
So I remember today when I was in the morning when I went on my iPad, I was doing a CELIS, basically my schoolwork that I'm supposed to be doing on the weekend. So I was getting a lot of questions right over and over again, and I was just like pretty much in the zone. So it was around, I forgot what time it was, but time flew pretty much.
Okay, so what were you learning about? That's probably what got your attention, right? What you were learning about.
Math.
You
Just
were doing-
regular division.
Oh, cool. So you were so into your math problems, you zoned out. That's excellent. All right, so Naseem, you can go next. Thanks for sharing, Hanif.
Playing a fun board game.
When you're playing a fun board game, like what? Give us examples of the board games you play.
It was like one board game. It's like called Ludo.
Oh, that's a cool game. I know Ludo. So you get caught up in it and you just lose track of time, huh?
Yeah.
That's cool. Thanks for sharing that. And does it matter who you're playing with, Naseem?
It has to be like 2, 3, or 4 people.
Okay. So I'm asking that maybe the person or persons you're playing
Oh,
with makes it even more fun for you, so much so that you lose track of time.
Yeah.
So like where you're playing with family, your siblings, your parents? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
cool. All right, Tariq, can you share what you came up with on page 37? Is he there? I think I'm not sure if that's him really. I don't think he's on. All right. Okay, Tariq, go ahead and share with us.
Page 37, right?
Yeah, so describe something you did recently that made you lose track of time. You're muted again, Tariq. All right. So while Tariq is getting himself together, we'll move on to the next page. It says, there are so many wonderful, unique things about you. You just need to find them. So we'll read this together. Let's have Hanif start. You have to be unique and different. Start there.
Am I still muted? Okay, good. There's a person who gave the world these
Hang
words.
on. Okay, go ahead.
There's a person that gave
I was still trying to
Those
look for
are
my
two.
book, but I couldn't find it.
Okay, no problem, Tariq. So let's just follow along with everyone, okay? So Hanif, go ahead and start again, sorry.
the person who gave the world these words knows how to practice what he practiced.
Preaches.
Preaches. Lady Gaga creates her art from her own individual uniqueness, has never tried to fit in with those around her. She has not only embarrass herself, but she urges others to do the same. The understands being different is a gift. It's a wonderful thing. Imagine if she had compared herself to other artists and decided not to take those incredible risks with her art. Imagine if she had blended into the crowd. We wouldn't have the wild, inspiring, embracing, and encouraging role model we have now. Imagine if you blended into, wouldn't we wouldn't have the real you, and there's only one you.
All right, so Nasim, go next paragraph.
Who you are is 150% good enough. In fact, it is amazing. Even if you feel like you walk a different path than others, embarrass it. You're an adventurer in your own life. So never feel like you have to follow someone else's map. Your uniqueness is your greatest gift. Show it, love it, share it, make Lady Gaga proud.
All right, so even if you feel like you walk a different path than others, embrace it. Next page. I have no special talent. I am only passionately curious. And that's by Albert Einstein, the smartest guy. Next page. You can learn a lot about yourself by paying attention to what you're curious about. Medicine, art, coding, vlogging, robotics, or anything else. Write all the things you're curious about below. So I'll give you 2 minutes to write down all the things you're curious about. And Tariq, even though you don't have your book with you, you can still make notes of the things you're curious about and share that with us, okay? All right. So go ahead and share with us, Tariq, what are some of the things that you are curious about? Unmute yourself.
Huh?
Share with us some of the things you're curious about.
I'd like to know how many animals there actually are in the world. I'd actually also like to know how many jobs there are in the world.
Okay, sounds like you're into statistics, counting things, accounting for things. Okay. Let's have Tariq, I'm sorry, Nasim go next. What are the things you're curious about?
Sports, coding, robotics, engineering.
Those are things you're curious about? Very good. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for sharing, Tariq. How about you, Hanif? What are some of the things you're curious about?
Rock climbing, and also engineering, gymnastics, trampoline, and coding.
All right. You guys are quite unique. Thank you so much for sharing those things with the group. So that pretty much brings us to the end of the session. I do want to share with you, hang on, I'll share this. Tomorrow, to celebrate with you all, we are we're going bowling tomorrow from 2 p.m. to, it's actually 2 to 4 p.m. So please remind your parents and ensure that they are, pardon me?
Can I show my mom?
Yeah, I sent it to your mom. I sent the flyer to your
Okay.
mom, okay? So please remind them to be on time because we only have that 2-hour block to have fun at the bowling alley. So we look forward to seeing you all tomorrow, inshallah, okay? And look out for more information about the summer camp. We're gonna have a summer camp program for you guys as well. So stay tuned and have a great rest of your weekend. See you all tomorrow, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Bye.